Yo, what is good, yo? It's your boy Ty back here with another video. In this video today, we are going to be doing a 100k squad builder. So if I had 100k, what is the best squad that I could make with that 100k? That is what I'm going to be going over for you guys today. So if you're one of the budget ballers, one of the no money spent guys, make sure you stay tuned to this video to know which of these guys are my favorite at each position. Before we go any further, if you're already new to the channel and have not yet, please smash the subscribe button as we're on the road to 35,000 subscribers. At the starting point guard position for right at 10,000 MT, I'm starting my team off with Amethyst Steve Francis. When you use this card, you would not think he's an Amethyst, even if you don't upgrade any of his badges, especially on the offensive end. Guys, he comes with an 83 ball. Obviously, he's going to dunk on everybody. And honestly, he's just kind of a mini type of, I don't want to compare him to, you know, a guy like John Wall. I don't want to compare him to John Wall. But just the kind of way he plays in his field, he's kind of a mini John Wall in his own right. He can dunk the ball like crazy, has a decent enough three ball with it being an 80. His base card comes with a ton of badges, 30 plus badges. Maybe, let me look. His base card comes with 40 plus badges and 17 of them are on gold. So just his base card for 10,000 MT is absolutely ridiculous. And as far as a budget point guard, it is going to be very, very tough to top Amethyst Steve Francis. At the starting shooting guard position, we're going to go with a guy for right around 4,000 to 5,000 MT in Ruby MosBallin. And I know he gets a lot of hype, but it's rightfully so. He has a great release, a good three ball. I get he doesn't have range extenders and badges like that. His speed's not the greatest, but his lateral quickness is incredible. He has a decent enough three ball. He is that 3-and-D guy. And for 4,000 to 5,000 MT, guys, MosBallin is definitely a pickup. You need to make sure you pick him up because for his price, it is hard pressed to find a better guy in the game at any position. Like I said, a 3-and-D guy that if he plays alongside Steve Francis, you might be able to hide Steve Francis on a shooting guard type of cone like a Clay, for example, if you're running MosBallin, who can lock down the opposing point guard. At the small forward position, we are going to spend up a little bit to get Amethyst Jimmy Butler. Now, one thing I want to clarify is I don't like the small forward position as a whole for budget players. I really don't, because unless you badge Steven Jackson up, I don't recommend him. And an unbadged Jimmy Butler is still a very, very solid player. 25,000 MT, yes, we're using 25% of our MT on this Jimmy Butler card. But look at it like this, okay? You're playing Steve Francis with two 3-and-D players, so you can definitely hide Steve Francis on the defensive end. If you have Jimmy Butler, MosBallin, who are absolute clamps on the defensive end, you're going to be just fine running Steve Francis. There's going to be a player in which you're going to be able to hide Steve Francis on. And then offensively, if you have Steve Francis, that takes the pressure off of MosBallin and Jimmy Butler because neither of those players are that great at creating their own shot. But this backcourt is something I like in Steve Francis, MosBallin, and Jimmy Butler. Now, I know a lot of people love Boris Diaw and hype Boris Diaw up a lot. But for me, I think there's a guy that I like just a little bit more in Bailey Howell. And the reason I like him just a little bit more is because I am absolutely knocked down with his release. Literally, T-Max base, absolutely knocked down. If you're not green with Bailey Howell, something's up because he has one of the smoothest releases in the game. For 10,000 MT, a great addition at the power forward position. So Steve Francis was 10,000, MosBallin 5,000, Jimmy was 25,000. So we're looking at, 40,000 right there. Bailey Howell, another 10,000 added. But at the power forward position, again, the small forward, power forward positions are the two positions that I don't like at all. And a Bailey Howell card is a great addition to the squad. Coming in at the center position is another guy that has went absolutely crazy in his price. We know why. Because DBG put him in S tier. Is he an S tier center? In my opinion, no. But don't take that away from Andre Bargnani and what he can do for you. He's going from 15 to 20,000 MT. So yes, my starting lineup is 65,000 MT in total. But what Bar gives you is a decent enough defensive player. If you look at his base card, badge-wise, he's decent enough. And even on stat-wise, he is not terrible. He comes with bronze range extender. Now, I haven't used the Bar card enough to really solidify him in like an S or A tier category. But just looking at his stats, looking at his badges, looking at everything he can give you on both ends of the court, it would be foolish for me not to put him in this squad. Even though his prices went up a little bit, even though this and that, no doubt about it, Bargnani is one of the most underrated cards outside of DBG in NBA 2K21. Now, before I go over my bench, I do want to make a statement. If Michael Cooper was a little bit cheaper, not 20,000 MT, he would be on this. But because of my starters, I have to kind of come up with a decently budget bench, and that starts with Chris Paul. The thing I love about the Ruby Chris Paul is just look at his base badges. He comes with a ton of badges. I don't want to compare Chris Paul to a guy you have to lock up in the exchange in Bob Cousy. But I do want to say Chris Paul is a mini Bob Cousy. Is he as good as Bob Cousy? No, but he's a mini Bob Cousy. And for a super cheap price, under 5K for Chris Paul, how are you not going to add him to the squad? I get it. The point guard position is pretty strong for budget players, and we're going to add another one alongside Chris Paul. But if you don't add him to one of your top budget players in the game, and if I don't add him to my squad builder for under 100K, I feel like I wouldn't be doing Chris Paul justice for as good as he is for his price. His base card comes with 47 total badges. Absolutely ridiculous. 100% deserves a spot on the squad. To go along Chris Paul in the backcourt, we are going to add, where is he at? Ruby Steph Curry to the squad. Now, the one thing I want to say is Steph Curry on the defensive end is not very good, okay? There's no way around it. He's not very good on the defensive end. But on the offensive end, he's basically the amethyst Steph without cold zones. You look at Steph Curry, 41 silver badges. I get they're not gold, but still, 41 badges on a card for under 8K MT is just absolutely ridiculous. So my bench right now is 13K. Take that plus the 65K. We're looking at 78K right now, is what my squad is made up of. In a backcourt of Chris Paul and Steph Curry, I'm starting to say Corey because that's what Carlo pronounces it. But a backcourt of Chris Paul and Steph is very good, especially on the offensive end. You should not struggle getting high quality shots with Chris Paul, with Steph Curry, especially in an unlimited type setting. At the small forward position, another 10K player in Andrew Wiggins. Now, what I'm going to do is put him into the starting lineup because if you have Wiggins with Chris Paul and Steph Curry, it just defensively is going to be tough. Now, Wiggins' base card, he dunks on everybody. Baby Diamond LeBron James is the best comparison to him on the offensive end. On the defensive end, obviously, Wiggins, I mean, the badges is what really limits his card because he only comes with 11 total badges, I think. But stat-wise, he is very good all around. I like his release. He dunks on everybody. And I've used this Andrew Wiggins card first when he came out, and I thought, wow, he is literally a mini LeBron James. And so for a 10K is pretty steep for Andrew Wiggins. But like I said, the small forward position is so tough. A lot of people want to put Caron Butler as a good budget beast, but give me Andrew Wiggins over Caron Butler any day of the week. Coming in at the backup power forward position, we don't have that much MT to work with. We got like 15K left to work with. So coming in at the backup power forward position for less than 2,000 MT is Emerald Jeff Green. Now, he comes with 16 total badges. And there's nothing that blows his card out of the water. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say he's like Amethyst Bailey Howard level. But what I will say is the release on Jeff Green is one of the best and most consistent greens in the game. Quick, easy to green, easy to time up, absolutely green almost every single time. Combine that just with some decent stats that they gave this Jeff Green card, and you will not even notice him being a liability on the court. I could go out into an unlimited game with Jeff Green and not struggle with him at all. Obviously, on the offensive end, with his release, he is going to be absolutely knocked down. Great defensive stats as well, guys. Honestly, as far as budget players are concerned and the best bang for their buck, Jeff Green might be the best option for his price in the game. Coming in at the backup center position, you guys probably know who it's going to be. Ruby Rafe LaFrance. Now, on the defensive end, and Rafe is under 10K, obviously, so we're good on the budget. But on the defensive end, Rafe is bad. Okay, when I say bad, I mean bad on the defensive end. I think he has a lateral quickness in like the 40s or something. I don't know exactly off the top of my head what it is. But on the offensive end, he is absolutely knocked down. Has one of the most consistent green releases in the game. Combine that with a high three ball and on the offensive end, he is a great budget stretch big. And I like stretch bigs. Looking at my team, I don't have one guy on the court that they can leave open consistently. They just can't. Everybody on the court can shoot for me. Now I promise you, if I went into my team unlimited today and play 12 games, I think I would go 12-0 with this squad. That is how confident I am for you guys with 100K MT to build your squad up from the ground up. With these players, you guys can go into Unlimited and have a lot of success. I promise you. All of these players that I've played with, outside of maybe Bargnardi, I haven't played much with him, but everybody else I've played with and I personally have absolutely loved. But this is my team. If you give me 100K and I had to play a 250K qualifier, this is probably the team I would go out there with. Comment your 100K squad builder down below. Is there anybody I'm too high on, too low on? Let me know, guys. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys and have a blessed day.